Day before yesterday, we did anatomy of the female reproductive system, and we saw that the male sexual organ in case of female, human female, is pair of ovaries, and then oviducts, pair of oviducts. Then there is uterus, and then there is vagina. Uterus and vagina are connected by cervix, and the cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal. So these are the ducts. The organ is ovary, and the ducts which are associated with the female reproductive system are oviducts, uterus, cervix, and vagina. And the external genitalia is consisting of labia majora, labia minora, hymen, and clitoris. So this much we have already done. Now the one organ which is left, which is helping in the functioning of the female reproductive system, is the mammary glands. Mammary glands is the unique characteristic of all the mammals, and the structure of mammary glands is helping in the process of child care, because these glands are producing the milk that is the nutrition for the baby after birth. So today we will see the structure of mammary glands. Now these mammary glands are paired structures which are called breasts. These are the characteristics, these structure. It is a characteristic of all female mammals. Each mammary gland is consisting of glandular tissue and variable amount of fat. So this amount of fat decides the size of the breast. If the fat is more, the size would be more. If the fat is less, the size would be less. So this contains glandular tissue and variable amount of fat. Now, if you see the glandular tissue, it is divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes. Each breast is consisting of glandular tissue and certain amount of fat. And this glandular tissue is divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes. Now, these mammary lobes further contain clusters of cells. Clusters means groups. Groups of cells called alveoli. Alveoli we have already studied in respiratory system also. So here also you will find alveoli, cluster of cells called alveoli. Now these alveoli cells are the cells which are secreting milk. The milk after secretion is stored in the cavities which are called lumens of alveoli. This alveoli is open into mammary tubules. So these cavities where the milk is stored, they further open into mammary tubules. Now many mammary tubules, all mammary tubules of one lobe, they join to form a mammary duct. So that means one mammary duct comes out of each mammary lobe. Mammary duct. And all mammary ducts, they join to form a wider mammary ampulla. And this mammary ampulla is connected to lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct is the final duct from which the milk is sucked out. So if we see the flow chart, each mammary gland, that is each breast, comprising of 15 to 20 mammary lobes. Each mammary lobe is having cluster of cells in it, and these cluster of cells are called alveoli. Alveoli are the cells which secrete milk. This milk is stored in the cavities of alveoli, that is called lumen of alveoli. And these alveoli open into mammary tubules. Now, mammary tubules of each lobe, there are 15 to 20 lobes. Of each lobe, they join to form the mammary duct. So, one mammary duct from each lobe. Then several mammary ducts, that means the mammary duct of all lobes, they join to form wider mammary ampulla. And this ampulla finally leads to lactiferous duct, which is the duct from where the milk is sucked out. This is the duct from which the milk is sucked out. So these are the two breasts, the mammary glands. Now in this mammary glands, this is the fatty tissue, fibrous tissue. And these are the lobules, the mammary lobules. Now these mammary lobules, they are comprising of alveoli, cluster of cells alveoli, which are responsible for secreting milk. And then these ducts will go to mammary tubules to mammary duct to ampulla, and ampulla to ultimately lactiferous duct. And this lactiferous duct is below this nipple from where the milk is sucked out. Here the internal structure is more clear. These are the tubules, the lobules. These lobules, how many lobules? 15 to 20 lobules are present in each breast. And these lobules are having cluster of cells. These are the cells, alveoli cells. These cells secrete milk, and ultimately the ducts will come and join here in the lactiferous duct. And these lactiferous ducts are the ducts from where the milk is sucked out. This is the NCERT diagram. These are the fat cells. The mammary lobes are there. Inside the mammary lobe, you will find the alveoli. These are the alveoli. From alveoli, the mammary ducts, the cavities will come join into the mammary duct from each lobule. And then the ampulla. And after ampulla, ultimately to the lactiferous duct. I have another diagram also for you. This will make more clear. These are the alveoli cells, the milk secreting cells. And this is the cavity, the lumen. This lumen is storing the milk. And from this lumen, the milk is going out to the lactiferous duct and it is sucked out. And in this diagram, you can see these are the fat cells and these are the glandular tissues. Glandular tissues are comprising of lobules, then alveoli, from alveoli to these mammary lobules, then mammary ducts from each lobule, and this from each lobule will come and join to the ampulla, and from ampulla to lactiferous duct. This is another diagram. So these are this light color is the fat tissue, and these are the globules, mammary globules. These lobules. Now these lobules are having this alveoli. These are the alveoli cells, and from these alveoli cell, ultimately the lactiferous duct is coming out, and this is nipple, from where the milk is sucked out. So this was the structure of mammary gland. This structure is also one part of the female reproductive system, because these are the glands which are helping in the child care. So milk is produced from these mammary glands, and this is structurally and functionally assisting in the reproductive system. So this is also part of female reproductive system.